We have just figured it out, guys. Let's see if we get this right, because if we don't, I'm going to be very sad. Moment of truth. Put our answer. Hey, what's up, guys? Brandon here, and welcome back to yet another video on my channel. And today, guys, we're going to be doing something actually a little bit interesting. This is something that we don't do very often on the channel. I know that we do a lot of maps. We do especially a lot of horror maps. We have some parkour, things like that. But one thing that I've noticed that we rarely ever do on the channel are puzzle maps. So today we are going to be doing an absolutely amazing puzzle map. I've looked over it a little bit and it looks really, really fun. So if you guys at all are looking forward to that, make sure to go down below and slap a like on the video. Also, if you guys do actually want to play along, you know, try the puzzle map while I'm trying to solve it, maybe try to beat me, something like that, then go down in the description below and download the map right now so you guys can play it for yourselves. And yeah, I don't know, while you guys are down there, make sure to slap the like and enjoy the video. So yeah, right now we are up in the middle of the sky. There's is that a sign down there? Did I just see a sign? No, that's a command block. So yeah, there's a bunch of things, there's a bunch of clouds. I can't really see anything, it's a really long way down. But don't worry guys, this isn't the puzzle, it's actually once we step on this. Boom, look at that. This is the puzzle map. It's called the Hotel Rooms Riddle, made by the Golden Spade. So go check him out. And like I said before, his link will be in the description, as well as a link to the download, so you guys can go play this for yourselves. But this is actually really unnerving, because all these people are following me. But I assume these are the hotel guests. Yep. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, all the way to M. So there are 13 guests and 13 rooms. So into this chest we go. It's a bunch of... Okay, I don't know why they have the banners, but we're going to be doing some reading. So first off, information, and there's 10 pages. Wow, okay, 10 pages. Alrighty, we're gonna skim this. Let's hope I don't miss anything important. Welcome to the Hotel Rooms Riddle. It's a logic puzzle, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. You're the assigned staff of the hotel, so essentially I'm the manager, and there are 13 customers who need to find a room. So based on their data, I have to put them into the appropriate room. So it's essentially like, they tell you a certain thing about what room they're in, and I have to figure it out. So there's a hint and a give up, etc., etc. We're obviously not going to use that because, you know, just big brain, 200 IQ. I can obviously figure this out. Yeah, no, I can figure this out. It's easy. I hope. So rules: play on survival, don't break blocks, don't cheat, and this can be in single player or multiplayer. And there are just, okay, so there's only 7 pages. Whew, okay. Next up, there's the gathered data. So here is, I guess, all the things that we need to know. So I'm not going to go over this yet until we actually get started with the map. So how to submit your answers. So I kind of glazed over this a little bit earlier. So essentially, to submit it, I need to go to the manager's room and basically just rename a paper to what they are. So 1 through 13 based on their letter. So yeah, I think that's everything. It'll tell me whether I get right or wrong. So what I'm actually going to do is I am going to, where's my phone? Oh, I think I threw my phone somewhere. Yeah, I did throw my phone somewhere. Alrighty. So, got my phone. I am opening up the, I'm opening up a stopwatch on this, and we're gonna see how long this takes us. So, without further ado, we're gonna start the timer, and we are going to get started with the map. Also, I also have a book here. If you guys, I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's like a grid on this thing. That's, I guess, how I can describe it. So there's a grid on top of this book, and essentially I'm going to be using it to help me solve this map. So yeah, let's get started. If you guys want to try to beat my time, things like that, then start your timers now. That way it'll be lined up and ready, set, go. Okay, so customers gathered data. So we have customer A. So his room comes before customer's G's room, so that's really nothing. So customer B, his room is a factor of 16. So factors of 16 are 1, 2, 4, and 8, I believe, because 2 times 8, 1 times, well, there's no 16, so he can either be in room 1, 2, 4, or 8. Customer C, his room is either one of the 2 rooms at each end of the hall. So customer C is either in room 1 or room 13. Customer D is an even number, so he will be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, or 12. That's a lot of options. I don't like that. His room and customer's L's room have 6 rooms in between each other. So I'm going to worry about that later because we need to know one of them. Customer F, his room is below the clock. This one might actually be the easiest one because here is the clock, which means that he is in room 7 because there's only one clock. So customer F is actually, I believe, the one that they just gave to us. So customer F has to be in room 7. So thank you for that. Customer G has no gathered data. That's a problem. Customer H, his room has a carpet on the front of the door. Alrighty. So carpet can either be room 2, 4. We already have someone in room 7, so it's 2, 4, or 13. And that was customer G, I believe. So 2, 4, 13. I don't think he can go in room 13, just for reasons I'll explain later. So that is customer... Oh, that is customer H, actually. So we're going to just draw an arrow going down. So customer I, his room is one room between customer B's room. So does that mean, like, there's, like, one room in between them? Because if that's so, then he would be evens as well, more or less. Right? Right? Wasn't customer B evens? Oh, no, factors. Okay, just kidding. That's not very helpful. And customer J has to be right beside customer C, which means he's either in room 2 or 12. Customer K has to have a flower pot. His room is at the left of customer F's room. Okay, then he's room 6. L is room number 6. That's actually perfect. Sweet. And his room is not beside customer H's room. And okay. Alrighty, so we're going to have to do some trial by error and its process of elimination sort of style. So wait, customer K has to have a flower pot beside his room. So customer K could actually be 12 or 11. Oh boy, there's a lot of flower pots because it's double. So room 8, because room 7 was taken. Haha. And then the last one is 2 or 1. Oh boy, okay. Okay. So now... essentially, I'll kind of update you guys. So right now, on the little chart that I've made, I actually just put like tallies and stuff next to each one with the possibilities. So now we kind of have to look over it and figure out exactly where everyone... Stop looking at me. This actually bothers me. Like, they will follow me every which way I go. I don't like this. Okay. So, if we just look over this. Customer A... Wait, what was customer A? It goes before customer G's room. So G can be 2, 4, or 13? Why was that? Ah, wait. Oh, G has no gathered data. That's a problem. Why are you like this? Okay, here's how we're going to play this. Customer C is at either 2 rooms at each end of the hall. So if we make an assumption based on what his room has to be, then we can kind of go from there. So let's just make the assumption that customer C is in room number... let's assume number 13, actually, just for simplicity's sake. So let's say this guy is room number 13. Okay? So D has to be an even number. That doesn't really help. His room and customer L's room must have 6 doors. Well, what is customer L in? He's to the left of customer F's room. So actually, wait, that would make him... He's room 6, so if he must have 6 doors in between, then this guy must actually have to be room 13, which means customer C has to be number 1, right? I don't know if I'm logically making sense, but customer J is beside customer C. So let's just go over what we know. So customer F has to be room number, I believe, 7, right? 7. Yes. So then customer L, which is right next to him, has to be room number 6. Now, in order to have 6 in between, there'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So whoever needs 6 in between them has to be in room number 13, which is customer E. So customer E has to be 13, which means by process of elimination, customer C has to be number 1. So there we go. We have 4 of them so far. Okay, so C is done. D is an even number. That doesn't really help us very much because there's a lot of even things so far. So let's go other ones that are based off of each other. So customer H has a carpet in front of the room. Well, that's taken. That's taken. So customer H is either 4 or 2 at this point. So H is 4 or 2. That's actually pretty helpful because then that'll probably help us figure out the factor guy. What about the flower pot person? That's probably where we have to go. Also, M is not next to H, but we don't have H yet. So customer K has to have a flower pot. So customer K could be in room number 2. He can't be in room number 1 because that's taken. He could be in room number 8, 11, or 12. Okay, that doesn't help actually. Here's where we're going to solve it. Okay. So B so far can be 2, 4, 8. H can be 2 or 4. And D can be 2, 4, 8, 10, 12. So we're getting a lot of overlap between these rooms. Beside customer C's. How did we not see this? Wait. Customer J, his room is beside customer C's. Customer C is room number 1, which means customer J has to be room number 2. Customer H only has 2 or 4, meaning that he is number 4. And if B, their options 2 and 4 are gone, B has to be room number 8. So moving on from that, 2, 4, 8 are taken, which means customer number D has to be in room 10 or 12. We just made a big jump. That is actually really, really good. Wow. Okay, moving on. So customer K can't have the flower pot, so 2, 4, so 11, 12, 10. So what else is there? We have L. What about M? Well, M is not near H, so he cannot be number 5, which leads me to believe actually that G, customer G might be in room 5. I'm going to circle back to see if that's actually correct. That's just a gut feeling right now. So customer H we got. Customer I we did not. So customer I has one room in between. So customer I can either be room number 6 or room number 10. But room number 6 is taken, which means I has to be 10, which means that D has to be 12, which means K has to be 11. Okay, let me logically explain to you guys why this is. You guys might be a little bit confused, okay? So if you look at the constraints for customer I, right? Customer I needs one room in between himself and customer B. So customer B lives in room number 8. Room 6 is taken, which means it has to be room number 10, right? So because of that, customer D, right, if we look at all the options, has to be an even number. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Room 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 were all taken, meaning that only room number 12 is remaining for guest number D. And because of that, remember guest number K, he needs a flower pot. That's room 1 and 2. Those are both taken. That leaves rooms 7 and 8. Those are taken, which leaves rooms 11 and 12. Room 12 is taken, meaning only 11 is left over. So which guests do we actually have left? So A comes before G, so we need to find G. I think it's just G, A. I'm actually going to start crossing out things. Give me a quick sec. Okay, so my suspicions were exactly true. We only have rooms M, G, and A left over. So, essentially, I think we should find M. So M is not beside customer H's room. So I actually should have crossed off what rooms we have left available. I'm going to do that really quickly. 8 is taken. 7 and 6 are taken. 5 is still up, which I did say earlier I think was going to be G. 4 is open. 4 is closed. 2 and 1 are closed, so leaves 9, 3, and 5. So customer's data. M is not beside H's room. H is in 4, which means M has to be in room number 9, because lo and behold, if H is in 4, then M cannot be on 5 or 3. Interesting how that occurred, because both rooms are left open. So if we cross out M and room 9, that leaves 5 and 3. And this is how we figured out. Customer A must come before customer G's room. Customer G can be any room because there's no data gathered. Meaning that A is 3 and G is 5 because 3 becomes before 5 and A has to come before G. Which means we have just figured it out, guys. Let's see if we get this right, because if we don't, I'm going to be very sad. So I have to name this paper, turn on caps lock. So room number 1 was C. Room number 2 was, where's 2? 2 is J, 3 is A, 4 is H, 5 is G, 6 is L, 7 is F, 8 is B, 9 is M, 10 is, I think that's an I, my handwriting is atrocious, 11 is K, 12 is D, E is 13. Moment of truth. Put our answer into the chest. And we did it. First try, stopping the timer. 12 minutes, 35 seconds. It might be less than that on the video itself because I was cutting out some of the more boring parts, so I kind of had to get my thoughts together. But this is the uncut time, guys. So we managed to solve this riddle in 12 minutes and 35 seconds. This is my work. It's really ugly. My handwriting is absolutely awful. I am very, very sorry for that, guys. But yeah, I think we did really, really good on that. And wow, okay, wow, they're all lined up. They're like ready to be served. Like, come on in, I got you. I'll get you into your rooms. I got this. I just took it. I'm very sorry about that. Wait, can I? Yeah, I'm gonna do this now that I've gotten all the guests. Oh, okay, that was actually really satisfying. I don't think you guys understand how satisfying that was. But yeah, I think we did really, really good. I'm actually really proud of myself. 12 minutes, 35 seconds. I think I could probably get it under 10 minutes if I wasn't recording. But you know how it is when you're recording, you gotta kind of explain yourself to the audience and things like that. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. And hopefully you guys did actually try this out for your guys' self. Maybe, you know, playing along, challenging me, something like that. Hopefully you actually didn't play it at the same time that I did, now that I think about it, because then that means I basically gave you guys the answers if you weren't like ahead of me. But yeah, if any of you actually did manage to beat my score or anything like that, comment it down below. I'm actually curious to see what times you guys got, if you guys were able to beat me, or, you know, even if you guys didn't beat me, so comment down below your time if you guys actually did play it for yourself. I am very, very curious to see what you guys got. But yeah, I'm actually very, very proud of myself. We did really, really good in putting every single member into their room. So yeah, that is about it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. This was, like I said before, this was a different sort of type of video. I don't really do sort of puzzle type of videos on the channel, but if you guys did enjoy, definitely make sure to slap a like onto the video and a comment down below if there are any other puzzle maps you want me to try out, things like that. I don't know, I think I did pretty good explaining my thought process to you guys and things like that. But yeah, if you guys want me to play more puzzle maps, let me know. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.